Hello everybody, DK here, and welcome to my review of MMC Kaon, or what was his name, Anarchus. This is the third-party take on IDW Kaon, the scientist of the DJD, and the next figure in the DJD assembly that I really want to complete. And Kaon was the first one I wanted after Tar because I have always liked Kaon the most. He was such a great character in the IDW comics. I loved his development with the pet, or Liege Maximo was it, I believe. The original member of the DJD who turned out to be an Autobot spy, and then they made him, and then they condemned him to like permanently be into his wolf mode, and then they just used him as a pet. And Kaon kind of like grows and grows a fondness for him, and then he just had a really awesome story overall. He's really tragic as well, and he freaking turns into a torture chair. How many Transformers can you name turn into a torture chair? Just one that I can, and that's Kaon. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is my second third-party figure ever, and there is absolutely no slowing down whatsoever, although it probably helps with the fact that I have probably chosen the best third-party company ever to start throwing into money, although this one was a birthday present, so I don't get that excuse this time. But yeah, MMC, from like all angles, is my favorite third-party company so far. But let's jump into the review. So here is Kaon, and I don't even know what to tell you about this robot mode other than it's flawless. It's flawless. There are some flaws with this figure. This is not like Tarn. Tarn is absolutely perfect in every way, shape, and form, pretty much, except for a little bit of the transformation. This guy actually has some genuine flaws. First off, I'll tell you right off the bat, his transformation blows. I hate transforming this figure. So, yeah, that is one thing this guy has. But aside from that, I can't think of too many other issues, but we will get into it because there are a couple other things that I do need to talk about. But talking about his robot mode, look at his freaking robot mode. It is almost flawless. He looks incredible from head to toe. He looks absolutely incredible. He looks like he stepped right off of the comics. And one thing I actually totally forgot that I actually do have to show you guys. I completely forgot to show that he comes with instructions, and in the back of the instructions is a little comic, which is pretty fun, and Tarn is in there as well. So yeah, pretty fun. The dialogue is very meh, but I mean, it's a third-party company trying to make like an IDW style comic. So yeah, and then the other thing you get is at the very end of my card box here, that's Tarn, is a card, and I really like the MMC card. So here is Anarchus card right there. Looks very cool. I definitely think this card looks way cooler than the Tarn card here. So there you go. There are my first two MMC cards right there. So yeah, I did have to show those real quick. But now we can get back in to Kaon. So once again, he looks absolutely incredible. He looks like he walked right off of the comic page. I honestly think he just looks fucking perfect. Look at him. They even gave him kind of that weird, like, kind of stylized look in his head sculpt. You can see how it's kind of like really big at the top there, then it kind of like tapers in on the sides. Really fucking awesome. And he has this absolutely iconic like star helmet, which I've always absolutely loved. He looks so fucking badass. I love the way he looks. His head sculpt looks absolutely incredible. Like, I realize it's kind of hard because my camera's not wanting to focus on it, but man, in person it looks absolutely incredible. He's got his iconic lightning rods on the shoulder right there because of course he turns into an electric chair. So yeah, really cool. His little lightning rods right there. His arms right there, really great. All of the plastic quality is outstanding. He feels just as great as Tarn did. Tarn felt outstanding, and he feels just as outstanding. The plastic quality on MMC figures are across the board really fucking awesome. I gotta get more MMC stuff, man, because oh my god, these figures are so good. But really beautiful plastic quality. I love all the paint apps right here. This torso piece right here, so he has this little iconic torso piece right there. One thing that's really weird about this is they've engineered it to where it can come off, and I'm not sure why they did this. You could just super glue it in if you wanted to, and at some point I might end up doing that because I see no point in taking it out like that. I don't really understand the point of that, unless, I don't know, maybe you wanted to try and recreate like a death scene for him, but it's not how he dies. So yeah, he does die though, you know. Tarn rips his fucking head off. But yeah, another thing about him that I just thought was really tragic, and really, his story was just really great overall. But yeah, this piece can be removed. I have no idea why it can be removed, but it's a thing you can do. Nice gold picked out on the shoulder pads right there. Beautiful color separation throughout the whole figure. Once again, I can't stress enough, he looks like Kaon walked out of the comic panel. He is the most perfect depiction of IDW Kaon. He looks incredible. Very, very nice from all angles. Even his backpack looks incredible. And I'm just gonna spoil it right now. That's the whole chair mode on his back right there. is just compressed up into his back right there, and it looks flawless. You can see the little shackles on the side there that are gonna be in his torture chair mode. But yeah, it even has like these little pieces standing up. Like the backpack looks like it's part of him when it really is just the chair on top of him. Like it's literally just the entire chair mode right there, and it looks perfect as his backpack. It really does. With some kind of generator or something back there. Absolutely fucking awesome. And as you can see, dude, quality-wise, oh my lord, man, MMC is unbeatable. There is, I guess, a little bit of a ball. There is a ball joint right here, but honestly, that just makes his posability outstanding. MMC always goes above and beyond with their posability, and Kaon here is no exception. You've got beautiful double jointed elbows right there. You have this ball joint in the waist, as I talked about before, that gives you an ab crunch and whatnot. The backpack does like to untab. It's pretty easy to untab, but not a big deal. Head sculpt is on a beautiful ball joint. You can get all kinds of movement if you want. If you want more, you can lift this piece up in the back right there, and you can move it around even more, which is really, really great. But remember to bring it back down afterwards, because he doesn't really look complete without that little piece right there. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Let's see here. Do we have? Well, you don't really have double jointed knees, but you do have that. One issue I can point out with him: he doesn't have an upper thigh swivel. His legs up here are locked into here. You can't rotate them here, but you do get a swivel down here. So you don't have one up here, but you have one down here, and it does make posing a little awkward. I will say that I did definitely notice that while I was posing this guy around. It's definitely a little awkward to pose his legs around because of that, but you get used to it. It's not that big a deal. And of course, he comes equipped with a magnificent ankle pivot. You've even got some toe articulation if you want to. So the articulation is across the board fantastic, and a ball joint at the hand as well. So beautiful, 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 beautiful posability, and an absolutely stunning figure, man. I love him. I love this damn thing, man. Oh man, I don't know if I could say it, but he's honestly like competing with Tarn right now. Honestly, he is. He's so good. Although, then I remembered his transformation, and yeah, Tarn definitely beats this guy, but not by much. But let's talk about accessories, because we do get 2 accessories with Anarchus besides the card and the comic. We get his gun right here, which is very cool. It does look like Kaon's gun, and I do like it overall. I got a nice scope up there. Very, very, very nice. Do really like it. Now, he does kind of have a hard time holding on to this. You just kind of slip it in his hand right there. He holds it, for the most part, perfectly fine, but it doesn't take much to knock it out of his hand right there, although he's making me look like a fool right now. But yeah, you can see it doesn't take much to knock it out of his hand, and that's probably just because they've designed it in like a rectangular, the handle is rectangular, and you know, his hands are completely circular, so if they had made it circular, it probably would have been better. I'm not sure why they didn't, because I don't think it would have affected the transformation or anything whatsoever, because they do incorporate the gun into the transformation, and it does make it its overall very nice little bit of engineering. But I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me why they made it a rectangle. It's not a huge complaint. Like, he still holds on to it just fine, and you can get him in some great poses if you'd like to see some poses. I will have some at the end of the video, and also I put some up on my community tab if you're interested in that. So yeah, I think they did a great job with the gun. It's really, really cool. It's not blast effect compatible, because that is not a blast effect compatible tip, but you have the scope right there, and it looks pretty cool. And then the other accessory you get is his little spider drone. Now, I don't think he actually had this in the comic. I think this might have been something they threw in there, but maybe he did. I don't know, maybe he did have this in the comic. I don't know, it's been a little while, but I don't think I remember it. But overall, this is his little spider drone right here. He is a scientist, so it definitely seems like something he would have. And it's like his shield, and it would jump off, and it would become like a drone. I don't know. He probably did have it in the comics, and I'm just not remembering it. But yeah, really cool little thing right here. It has little eyes picked out right there. It literally is just this, like, this is all you get. And it splits in half for transformation, which, you know, I'll just show you real quick. It splits in half for transformation. But yeah, it's part of the transformation. But overall, it does look pretty cool, and it does work pretty well as a little spider drone thing. So I don't know, you can do that. But if you'd like it to be a shield for Kaon, all you do is just fold in the legs right there. They just kind of fold in, and then you can kind of just like crunch them together so that it actually has like a functional shield to it. And then this tab right here, a very odd little tab assembly right there, will tab into that slot in his arms right there. It is it's very stiff, but that does mean that it stays in his arm very nice and secure. I'll be honest though, I'm not really a fan of the way it looks in his arm, because it doesn't really even look that much like a shield. I mean, it honestly does just kind of look like the drone curled up into a ball and strapped to his arm. Hey, it is what it is though. I mean, you can always imagine like he's got it, and then it like jumps off his arm, and it like follows an Autobot or a rogue Decepticon down. So I don't know. that is pretty cool, but hey, that is something you can do if you want to, but me personally, I leave it off to the side as the spider drone. But yeah, those are his accessories. Overall, I think they did a pretty great job with his accessories, and I just can't stress enough how fucking awesome he looks. And look at his like legs down here with like these like half treads on both sides. Oh my god, so fucking good. This guy is so awesome. So yes, there you have just about everything to talk about with the robot mode. I will now give you some comparisons. Alrighty, for comparison, let's get the main one off the bat right here. Here he is with his almighty liter. So here is the DJD so far, and yeah, this is probably going to be my DJD for a good while, because the rest of the members of this I don't want nearly as much as I wanted these two, and they're also ridiculously expensive. So yeah, it's going to be a while before this grows anymore, but these were the two that I mainly wanted, and I'm so unbelievably happy to have these characters in my collection, because man, I love these two, man. They were such a cool villain. So yeah, they have that beautiful, they look absolutely fantastic together. I'm pretty sure that goes without saying. They look freaking phenomenal together. I'm not really sure what else to compare this guy with, so here's Earthrise Optimus and Siege Megatron, because I don't know what else to compare this guy with, so there you go. There's Earthrise Optimus, Siege Megatron, and here is Kingdom Galvatron and Rodimus. So there you go. Right there. He's about Voyager size. Oh, here's one that makes kind of sense. Here's Titans Return Brainstorm, although it doesn't really make that much sense because it's a G1 Brainstorm and not IDW Brainstorm. But hey, it's a character that appeared in IDW. Oh, here we go. Here's Flywheels as well, another character that appeared in IDW, but you know, is a G1 take on it. But whatever, Flywheels never really changed anyway. So there you go. That's pretty much all I can think of with comparisons. You know what? One more, just because why the heck not? Here is Studio Series Blitzwing, because I don't know, Blitzwing I think you can compare with anybody and he looks awesome. So yeah, there you go. There's the comparisons for Kaon. As you can see, he looks absolutely terrific next to Tarn. I think they look fantastic next to each other. It is probably going to be a good while before I get another member of the DJD, because the rest of them are all pretty freaking expensive except for Voss, and honestly, I'm not that excited to get Voss, but I don't know. I don't have anything to say about that. I'm just not that excited to get Voss. Anarchus Kaon was the main one that I really wanted to get besides Tarn, and I got him now. So yeah, I'm not in any rush to complete the whole team. Honestly, Tarn and Anarchus were the main two I wanted. Tarn and Kaon were the main two I wanted. So yeah. Let's jump into the transformation now. I will not sugarcoat it. This transformation blows. It blows, and I'm probably gonna mess it up along the way here. So, yeah, you might want to just skip it because this transformation is not fun. Okay, here we go. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so first off, we're going to flip in his feet right here, and then we're going to double hinge this out on this little double hinge here, and we have that. And now we're going to take the arms here, we're going to double hinge them up, just like that, on both sides, and then these are actually on a little joint right here, and you can untab this, and if you wanted to, you could use this for some butterfly action in robot mode, but you just want to bring these forward, just like that, untab them on both sides, and then bring them forward. They don't tab in, they just rest back here, just like that, and that's pretty much all there is to that right there. And now we begin the legs. Well, actually, first we have to do this. So first we want to take this, we want to untab this piece from the back, flip out the little brain melter thing right there, and then flip this piece around, and then we want to take the head, we want to rotate it around just like this, and then we want to plug it into the back here. It's just going to stow away, just like this, but you want to make sure to do it to where it's not going to scuff up anything, because his head sculpt is magnificent. So there we go, just get that stuffed in there just like that, and we can do the legs now. Here we go. We're going to rotate the legs this way, just like this, and this is where this transformation falls apart. Like, the top half is fine. The legs, oh, it's not fine at all. Okay, so this one's going to go that way, and this one's going to go this way. Okay, so untab right here. Untab this tread from right here and get that out. You just kind of have to flex it out of there, and then rotate this out on like this double hinge assembly right here and get it out like that. So you have that look going on right there. You want to have that tab, you want to have that little hole section right, that little peg section right there, and just bring that out like that. And then you want to take this bit and you want to unfold it out, and then it's going to hinge out like this. You're going to rotate it around. I told you this transformation, this is the legs, man. You're going to bring that out, bring it out like this, and then come in here and tab it together just like that. There we go. And that is one of the treads all done like that. And then we're going to take the foot, we're going to hinge it down, it's going to tab in place just like right there, and then you're going to bring this whole thing on this hinge right here, untab it, bring it all around just like that, and make sure that it stays in there, bring that out, and then just get this foot out of the way, just like that, bring it out on that hinge just to get it out of the way. Now you pretty much have one leg all done right there, and I'd be surprised if you were able to follow any of that, but I don't know how to make it any more clear than that. It's just a really bad transformation, honestly. So let's do it again. So we want to untab, so that one comes around this way, so this one's going to come out this way, and we want to untab right here, bring it out, and then hinge it around, and then untab that piece and bring it all the way around just like that. Oh my god, this transformation, dude. Okay, and then bring it all around just like that. Oh no, it goes the other way. Oh my lord, dude. Okay, and then untab it, bring it out this way, and then rotate the whole thing around and get it all around. Am I doing this right? And then bring it down like that so you have that going on. Okay, there we go, almost done. And then we rotate this piece around, bring this around all the way around like that because you see it's on that assembly, and then you just want to tap it together just like that, and then you're going to take the foot, bring it back down, and bring it up just like that, tap it in place right there, bring the foot out like that, and there we have the legs all done. I need a drink. Okay, but with that, the hard parts are basically over. So now what we're going to get his gun plugged in place here. So you want to take the gun, you want to fold it down, you can see you have this little tab spot right there, and you're going to plug that into that spot right there that we're not going to talk about, so we can plug that in right there, and then it's going to tab into those slots in his arms right there, that slot right there is going to tab into that bit right there. So you're just going to get that, and then you're going to tab that in place right there on both sides, and skadoosh, there we go. So the arms don't peg together on their own, but you put that gun there, and that locks that all together just like that. So it's kind of part forming, but it's not that big a deal. So this bit, you're going to bring these around, and then you're going to get this. You can see you have a hinge right there. You can see the pin right there. This piece is going to hinge out just like that, and just like that. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. So bring this out and bring that down just like that, and that pretty much gets that all good to go. I think I need to do it more, right? I think I just need to bring it more out. Oh yeah, like that. Okay, and then you're going to bring this piece out. Now we're going to get this piece, take the whole chair thing here. You're going to take this bit, untab these from there, and then you're going to open this entire thing up. It's going to double hinge out just like that, and then you're going to get this bit, and this bit is actually going to slide it down just like that, and it's very sturdy. So very nice right there. That's the whole chair right there. Just folds it into the backpack, which is awesome. But yeah, you have that, and then you're going to bring this piece up, double hinge it up like that, and then you want to get the arm, the legs, and you want to bring them up just like this, and you want to get the foot here. You can see that slot right there in the foot is going to tab in, is going to slot in to that bit right there on the chair. So you're going to get that in there, and then you just want to bring this to where it's going to get in there, and oh my god, this transformation is Satan, and just get that in there, and there we go, tab that in there, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. Bring this whole bit up, fold this down, get that up, and tab it in right there. There we go. Okay, we're almost done. Time is hell. Your time in hell is almost over. So you're gonna bring that up like that. So we have those treads down all the way. Bring the chair assembly down. Get all that situated. Bring the little shackle bits up, and then bring the brain melter up just like that. And finally, take his drone, split it just like that. Open up the legs. Just like so, on both sides, boom, boom. This is the longest transformation segment I've ever done, and then you're going to tab that, you see a slot right there, and it's going to tab into that slot right there on both sides, just like that. And ladies and gentlemen, after 7 minutes, well, for me anyway, for you it'll be a little less time, but after 7 minutes, there you go, Kaon in his torture chair mode. I mean, yeah, it looks great, but is it really worth it? Okay, there we go. It's done. Wow, that was even more agonizing than I thought it was gonna be. Wow, that was not fun at all. But there you have the torture chair mode. And yeah, it certainly is a torture chair. That's what this is. You got shackles right there that the arm would go into. And yeah, this is some messed up shit. But that is Kaon's alt mode through and through. That is what it is. It was pretty awesome every single time they used this on a victim, man. It was pretty darn cool every time Tarn was like, Kaon transform, and then you just got sat in there and they just woof, they let him have it. But yeah, man, they were cool villains. Really, really cool though. I mean, it is what you see here. He is a torture chair. This is the one transformer that turns into a torture chair, and it has treads, and it's got like a seat and a brain melter thing and electric rods on the back and spider legs that clamp you down. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck to compare this thing to because I don't have any other transformers that turn into chairs. So instead of comparing him, we're just gonna torture Earthrise RC because let's face it, if any figure deserves to be tortured, it's Earthrise RC, so let's do it. Alright, Earthrise RC, this is for being the worst WFC Trilogy figure, hands down, so let's do this. Although first, of course, we've got to bring in Tarn here, so let's get to it. Gotta show how this works. So here you have Kaon in his torture chair mode, and you just take whoever you want to torture, in this case, Earthrise RC for being a garbage figure, and we're going to sit her down in the torture chair, and we're going to put that like that, we're going to put her arms in the shackles. We're going to, this piece does like to fall off like a couple times, and then we're going to bring the spider legs in, just like that. Oh my lord, this is messed up. And we're going to do that, and we're going to bring the brain melter down. Dude, these guys were so fucked up. These were such cool villains, dude. And there you go. You can torture Earthrise RC. I realize the sunlight is making this kind of hard to see. There we go. If I block the sunlight, there you go. There you have Earthrise RC being tortured by the DJD right there. This is certainly a thing that you can do, and it looks like let's call it how it is. This is cool. This is cool as shit, dude. Like all the little interactive stuff you can do with this. It would be cool if the shackles could like actually like clamp down, but I mean you can kind of like fake it if you want to. You can like bring them up a little bit and like pretend that they're like that. But it would have been kind of cool if they actually like opened up, and there's nothing really stopping it. I mean like going into robot mode, they would just be hanging off of the back. So I don't know. It would have been cool if they had like a hinge that you could like open it and clamp them down. I mean he is a very expensive figure, so I think they probably could have gotten away with it. But whatever, it is what it is, and this is still fun as shit. And she's definitely not going anywhere. So yeah, this is messed up here. Here's Siege flywheels as well, so so you actually have a real DJD victim with a make believe. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing this now because this is getting really disturbing. All right, y'all, now I'm gonna show some poses. So yeah, that's a thing you can do, but getting into the final thoughts on MMC Anarchus / IDW Kaon, my god, I love this figure. This is another smash hit home run for MMC for me. This is by far my favorite third-party company right now, although I don't have any other figures from any other company, so do keep that in mind. But man, these figures are absolutely exceptional. Like, these guys really put a lot of work into these figures. All the joints are magnificent. The quality of the plastic feels absolutely incredible. This is an extremely fun figure to play with, just like Tarn. and he's outstanding, and he literally looks like Kaon just stepped out of the comic, and I absolutely love everything about him. The transformation blows. I will not sugarcoat it. I hate the transformation. The way the backpack transforms is pretty cool, how it all kind of compresses up and it looks very natural on his back there. The whole top half is fine, but the legs suck. The way those treads work, they're on like those double armatures, they're terrible, and I bet they were really hard. And I don't even know if it was like comprehensible me showing the transformation on camera, because it was just, it's not fun at all. Like, it's a really annoying little string of steps you have to do, and it's not fun at all. Some of the articulation's a little wonky at times, and this figure overall is definitely nowhere near as good as Coulter or Tarn, but he's still a lot of fun, and if you like Kaon, if you like the DJD, I would highly recommend this figure. There's pretty much no other option. I think there might be a Legends Class one, so if you're a Legends guy, I think there's an Iron Factory did a DJD set as well, and I believe, obviously, if they did a DJD set, there's got to be Kaon in there, because he's one of the vital members of the DJD. But overall, I could not be happier with this take of Kaon. I have this character in my collection. I'm so happy about that, because I love this guy. He is so cool. He is by far my favorite member of the DJD besides Tarn, and he's just awesome. I really like this figure. So, yeah, there you have it. Just like I said in the comparison segment when I was talking about him, it probably will be a good while before I continue getting these MMC DJD. I would like to get the whole team, but I mean, go look at the prices on the Taserus and the Helix, and then come back to me and tell me that you blame me for not wanting to spend that much on robots. So yeah, it might be a little while, but I would like to complete this team at some point, because I love the DJD. They were such cool villains, probably one of my favorite Transformer villains of all time. And yeah, but it's really great that I have the two vital members, in my opinion. I'll grab Tarn real quick. That I have the two vital members, and definitely my two favorite members of the DJD. This is really cool to have both of these, and I'm very happy that they came out as well as they did. So yeah, overall thoughts, final thoughts on Kaon. So we gotta final grade this guy, and I gotta keep in mind one thing. I gotta keep in mind three things. So robot mode, flawless. Like, there's nothing to complain about in robot mode. He looks outstanding. Torture chair mode, honestly, is pretty friggin' great, and it's pretty functional. It's pretty fun to mess around with and torture your various robots. So yeah, pretty fun as well. But the transformation is going to drag this one down a couple steps, because, oh man, that transformation, not fun at all. That was the longest transformation segment I've ever done on my channel. That was longer than Kingdom Rhinox, for crying out loud. So yeah, so with that in mind, we have basically 2 out of 3. So with that, I think I'm going to have to give Kaon here an A-, but closer to an A than a B. But overall, I definitely can't say he's less than an A, because he's so good in his in robot mode. And if I'm being honest, I probably will never transform him again, so there is that. So yeah, if you plan on just getting him for his amazing robot mode or his amazing torture chair mode, and you plan on just leaving him in one mode for a long period of time, don't even really need to worry about that all that much, because once you do it once, you'll be good to go. And if you want him in robot mode, he comes in robot mode out of the package, so you won't even have to transform him if you just want him for the robot mode. And the robot mode is definitely the main thing to want here, because, like, it speaks for itself, dude. It looks outstanding. But yeah, I think that's just about everything I can say about him. So an A- for the final grade of Kaon, because I have to factor in the fact that I hate doing the transformation with every fiber of my being and soul. So yeah, factoring that in, A- is gonna have to be it. But overall, I mean, if we're giving this a personal grade, S. Man, I fucking love this guy. So yeah, there you have it, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like down below and subscribe for more Transformer content in the future. Let me know your thoughts on MMC Anarchus /Kaon in the comment section down below as well. And yeah, thanks for watching. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out.